Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Oyinka Jinadu. Welcome to Dr. OJ Speaks. If this is your first time here, subscribe. Come on, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe and turn your notification on because we upload our videos every single week. And it is International Women's Month. International Women's Month. Yay! Yes, this month is all about my sisters. And of course, you know, my programming this month is going to be targeted towards my sisters, elevating, building them up. Before we get to what we have for you today, today's episode is sponsored by yours truly, HD Pro Global Beauty Institute and Body Med Spa. Man, HD Pro Global, shout out to you guys. Y'all have me looking right all the time. Check out my waistline. After 3 children, y'all need to check them out. hdproglobal.com and they will take very good care of you. I will be right back to get to what we have for today. Thanks for joining me. Welcome back, guys. Yes, this episode today I'm going to be talking about things that women like myself find challenging. What are some of the things that challenge you as a woman? First of all, I'm going to discuss some of the things that we absolutely are anxious or afraid of. Things that sometimes we feel insecure talking to others about. Today, I'm going to be talking about it. First on the list, fear of missing out. Hey! Fear of missing out. Social media. What social media will cause the hand and the leg and the head of social media will not be able to handle it. A lot of us have this fear of missing out, and I'm going to be very real with you. I have that fear too. So we spend a lot of time scrolling through social media. Valuable time, by the way, that we could be using to invest in our businesses, our craft, our trade. We are on there scrolling and seeing what happened, which party did they have that I was not invited to, how come they went there and nobody called me, or what's going on that I'm not aware of. Fear of missing out is a human experience, honestly. And I want to say it's a human experience, but it's a lot more for us women. We feel it a lot more. The weight of us feeling like we're missing out on something, missing out on some relationships, missing out on some activities, missing out on the latest fashion trends that maybe in that season you don't have the money to afford it. You don't have the resources, your pocket is not aligning with your desire, but you want to, you know, feel among. So that fear of missing out is something that we all deal with. I want to encourage you that, honestly, at the end of the day, you're not missing anything. Honestly, think about it. Whatever it is that you feel like you've missed out on, there's always the next thing happening. Think about the way the world is structured. Something is always happening every minute, every second. You have to get to the place of stability and peace, knowing that your timing, your positioning, your activities are exactly what you need to be doing at that point in time. This is what I do. I have gotten to the point where I talk to myself a lot. I'm like, Oyinka, forget that thing. You're not missing anything. Because what you have going on right here is what is important. Where you are, we have to learn to be present in the moment so we can overcome this constant fear of missing out on something. And that allows us to channel our energy, our resources, our time, which is our most valuable asset, to the right activities. Because when you're constantly afraid of missing out on something, you're just going to be running, chasing shadows and trying to do what you're not supposed to be doing, or you're always going to be doing the wrong activities at the wrong time, and at the end of the day, you are going to have to pay for it. So fear of missing out is a big deal for my sisters. For me, myself, I can resonate with you. Let's kick that fear out the door this month. Now, the next fear is fear of running out. as a mom with children, running a business, and I don't know who else is out there that needs to hear this, fear of running out of resources, running out of patience, running out of love, running out of kindness, running out of pretty much anything and everything, running out of you giving of yourself. Women, we give a lot, we give a lot, we give a lot. And I know that a lot of us are afraid that we might end up not having any more to give. That fear of running out comes from you overdoing and excessively overextending yourself. And we need to, as women, be more mindful. And one of the ways that I encourage women to be more mindful in order to avoid the fear of running out of whatever, like all the things I listed, is self-care. There is nothing wrong with putting yourself first, number one. Putting yourself first is not being selfish. Putting yourself first it does not negate the love that you have for others. Namely, your children, your husband, your friends, your family, and all your village people. No, it does not. That's not what it is. Putting yourself first means you want to ensure that you are full to overflowing with all of the things that the world around you requires before you start to disperse. Because now when you start to dispense, it's like when you go to the pharmacy, they're dispensing. If they run out, they run out. But if you're full, if you're constantly putting yourself ahead of everyone, making sure that you fill yourself up, whether it's with the word of God, with prayer, with just a lot of rest, adequate sleep, drinking a lot of water, exercise, doing the things that you need to do to look, feel right mentally, physically, emotionally, then you're not going to have that anxiety and fear of running out of the things that need to come out of you, running out of resources. Now, when we talk about resources like money and things like that, fear of running out comes from a place of not understanding where your source is. For me, I have that fear a lot because I used to, and I still do deal with it from time to time, because that type of fear doesn't go away in one day, and it doesn't go away by just kumbaya meditation. No. It doesn't. It's a constant progression of personal growth and being mindful and aware of the fact that you're doing your absolute best to provide, to work, to build whatever business or whatever career you're building, and you're not going to run out because there is abundance. Having an abundance mindset as opposed to a scarcity mindset will constantly help you remind yourself and be in a state of abundance. Yes, and you'll be in a state of knowing that no matter what the situation is, there is always going to be enough for you. Nothing is going to run out. The resources are not going to run out. The opportunities are not going to run out. The customers are not going to run out. Everybody has their own people. I have my own people, like you people watching me right now, supporting me, loving me. Yes, and everyone has their own people. So that fear of running out, like, I'm not going to have enough followers, I'm not going to have enough customers, so I have to get into competition, I have to be jealous of my sister, I have to envy, I have to try to tear her down, so maybe me too, I can look a little taller. No, my dear, buy some 6-inch heels. Buy some 6-inch heels if you don't feel tall enough. You don't have to tear someone else down to bring yourself up, because nothing is running out. There is abundance everywhere. There is enough for everybody. Now, another thing I'm going to talk about is fear of losing out. I'm going to be very delicate on this one. Sisters, come close. Come. Fear of losing out. Losing out on that relationship. So you stay with that guy that is no good, treats you badly, talks down at you, calls you out your name, and all types of negative things that women put up with in marriages. Now, no. Bible will come at me and say, she's advocating for us to leave our husbands. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all, sis. No, hear me well. Fear of losing out. If you have something that is really, really good, then hold on to it. If you have something that is beneath you, that undermines the person that God created you to be, that makes you less of the queen that you're supposed to be, that pushes you off your throne that God has placed you on, then sis, you need to let it go. Because you're not going to be losing out on anything. Wait, first of all, what are you afraid of losing out on? Losing out of being called a missus? Or losing out of saying babe, boo, whatever it it is they be calling themselves these days, or losing out on when you go out and you're the only one who doesn't have a date or who doesn't have a significant other. Maybe for a season, that might be your reality. But guess what? Even in that season, you're not losing out on anything. The only thing you're going to be losing out on if you stay in a bad situation is your self-esteem, is your identity, is your confidence, is the pride and joy of the woman that you're supposed to be. Those are the things you're really going to be losing out on. So when we try to hold on to bad friendships, maybe a friend who doesn't appreciate us, who is sort of like a succubus, just suck the light out of you. Someone who's just always coming to take. You're not losing out on anything, and you say, well, if I get rid of this friend, then I don't have anybody, then I'll be alone. Isn't it better to be alone than to be with somebody who adds absolutely zero value to you? You know, one of my mentors says, if a relationship or something in your life no longer serves you well, then it's time to let it go. One of the things that I am so proud of myself in this season is the fact that I have mastered, I am mastering the art of letting people and things go easily. More easily than I used to in the past. But right now, I am doing so good, and I'm doing so much better, and I'm going to get better and better and better. So fear of losing out, girls, that is not something we should be afraid of, because there is a way around it. All right, guys, we are going to take a quick break, and I will be right back. Yes, I am holding the books in my hands, and it's perfect timing, actually, like you said. The books literally just came in my copy. This is the very first copy. Just came in King of My Gifts, and this will be available on Amazon, Kindle, and then Audible as well. So you guys make sure you get ready to purchase, support this project. This is something you definitely want to be a part of. Welcome back, guys. So now we're going to continue our things, some of the things that I have from my research or my personal experience, things that I find that some of my sisters and myself, we kind of struggle with, and some of the challenges that we face as women and how we can overcome them. The next thing is fear of being inadequate. Fear of being inadequate. This acronym is FOBI. Fear of being inadequate. So women feel inadequate a lot, especially because of the business that I am in, the business of beauty, vanity, about their body, like just feel like the breast is not big enough, or the ass is not big enough, or the waist is not small enough. Oh my goodness, sis, be calming down. Be calming down. Look, it is what it is. Whatever it is that God has given you, if and when you have the ability, the capacity, and the resources to do something about it, please do. And you always do, actually. I mean, even if you can afford surgery or you can afford non-invasive options like I provide, you can exercise, eat right, do something about it. If you don't like the way something is about your physical appearance and your body, there is always something to be done to make it better or transform it into what you want. Fear of being inadequate, and then when you go out and you're checking out your friend and you're like, oh, look at the way that dress looks on her. I could never wear that dress because look at me, I can't wear that dress because of my stomach. And look, your stomach is good if you have, the mommy pouch, or even if it's not mommy pouch, something here, and years of eating has allowed it. You can still rock your thing and rock it confidently. Nobody is the person that does not feel comfortable around you that will not. It's not you. You should never feel inadequate for who you are. You should learn to embrace yourself in whatever season, size, shape, form that you are. Women carry that burden so heavily, and that's why, of course, we see the cosmetic industry, how it's expanding. Don't get me wrong, I profit from that same industry. I love my business, but I also love the fact, I also want to propagate the fact that women should not be made to feel inadequate because they don't look a certain way, or because they're not a certain size, or something is just not the way you think society, the media, or social media, or all the media people and their village have told you that you're supposed to look. You are beautiful just the way you are, in whatever shape, whatever size, whatever skin color. If your skin is black and beautiful like mine, my dear, it is a blessing. And if you are Oyinbo pepper like some of my beautiful yellow sisters, please embrace it, because inadequacy is you telling yourself that you are a mismatch, or is your brain or your mind telling you that God made a mistake by creating you the exact way that He intended for you to be. God never makes any mistakes. You are absolutely enough. You are more than enough. You are more than enough. Tell yourself that every day. Tell yourself, affirm yourself. Even if nobody tells you, if nobody encourages you, if nobody sort of toots your horn, do it yourself. You are beautiful just the way you are, in every shade, from caramel to vanilla to chocolate to whatever. We are all beautiful in God's eyes, and honestly, we are all wonderfully and fearfully made. So fear of being inadequate is something that women carry, that burden, and I'm telling you today, sis, put that load down. Just put it down, all the way down, set it down, let it go, and walk away in your gloriousness. All right, the last one is fear of not doing enough. Fear of not doing enough, fear of failure, fear of feeling like because your life is a certain way, and this is a lot of the things I'm telling you, this is just my real, honest, truthful self, just pouring out. I'm just sharing with you, because I know that a lot of things that we often deal with, we feel like we're alone in them, but we're not really alone, because there's so many other people going through it, but we're just not bold enough to come out and confront it and say, hey, I'm dealing with this mess, and this is the real deal. Fear of failure, fear of not doing enough, fear of not being successful enough, or not making enough out of what you think your life is supposed to be. That is me. In fact, that's me like every other day. And I'm trying to change that dynamic for myself. I'm trying to correct all of those errors. I'm trying to correct that mistake. You know, I'm trying to do the best I can to just appreciate my journey. First of all, when you think about it, who wrote the script of the timetable of your life? You didn't write it. But we do have a way to work and do the best we can every single day. But if you look at your life and you look at your sister's life and assume that just because of the age, which I keep telling you, this is my own testimony. So if you see something there that looks like you, grab it, hold on to it, and let it help you. If you see your life and you see where you're at, and you look at another sister's life and you see her journey, you don't know what she's had to go through or what she's had to give up to get to where she is. That's the reality. You don't know what another sister has had to endure or had to give up to have that flashy life that you are envious of, that you feel like, me, I'm working as hard as I can and I'm not getting all of these things. Look, be grateful for what you have in every single moment. This is what I'm doing for myself. Gratitude is always a good place to start. Be grateful for every single blessing that comes your way. Be grateful for everyone in your life that holds out their hand to help you, to support you, to love you through your process. But most importantly, be grateful for yourself, that you show up for yourself every single day. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. Celebrate them. Be happy for their success. Rejoice in their rejoicing. Dance when they are dancing. Raise your hands when they are raising their hand. Because guess what? Your time is coming. Just right around the corner, your time is coming. So that fear of not doing enough, not being enough, failure and all of these things, it's something that we deal with as women. Because we put so much pressure on ourselves. But who is putting that pressure on us but us? Nobody. So let's take a chill pill, sis. In this month that we're celebrating ourselves as women, these are some of the fundamental truths that I really want to embrace as a woman. Understanding that my journey is my journey and it's unique to me. Dr. OJ is walking her path. You need to walk your path. I am exercising my gifts and abilities every single day, knowing that someday soon, all of my dreams, as big, as grandiose as they are, will come to pass. No doubt. So don't doubt yourself, sis. Believe in yourself. Believe in the God that created you. Believe in the abilities that He has given to you, the gifts that is put in your hands. Use it to the best of your ability and your capacity. And the more you continue to use it and embrace it and engage it every single day, you will begin to see it expand and grow. And that thing that you thought was so far out for you to accomplish, it will begin to get closer and closer. And by the time you even exceed it, you won't even know. And guess what? It's a beautiful story that your life is writing. And I can't wait to read, see, hear about it. All right, sis, I celebrate you this month of March as we are celebrating ourselves International Women's Month. I can't wait to hear, see some of your testimonies about what we're doing. And let's make this month a great month. I love you, love you, love you, love you dearly. Until next week, bye, guys.